Well, hello everyone and welcome yourselves into Foundation on the full release. As you can see on screen, this is the map we are going with. The code is just down here, and this is the settings if you want to follow along. We're just going to go straight in Classic and Aspiration. We're going to relax and play on my own and decide as we go through. Last time I played was a long time ago, and we kind of just went down a bit of everything really. And here we go. There's the heraldry, and the village is Falkenheim, and we are Pioneer Eberhard. Let's get stuck in. All right, we are in, and we'll keep going through as we do it, and we'll start with the basics. I have just opened up the map itself, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Control U hides the UI. Is gorgeous. It looks like the graphics have had some nice kind of update. We need to decide how we're going to do this. I will say thank you for being here, guys, as always. I'm trying to get a quick episode out because I'm very busy all weekend, so I just wanted to hammer through it. Now, we need to decide where we're going to go. I'll just quickly do all this. Quickly get through this tutorial. And we're going to choose our first territory. Now, I want quite a few berries. Now, if I look, don't look like we can do this island to start, but it would be nice to have some kind of water edge here. At the same time, it doesn't matter too much. This is a... good spot here. Enough wood. I think we've got some berries and stuff hidden in there. Yeah, I think I'm going to go this one here, the water's edge. And we'll get stuck straight in with our first one to the village centre. We will have right here. And I'm quite happy with that. We're going to go out this way anyway, so... There is the hamlet of Falkenheim. Get stuck straight into the builder's workshop. And the way, I don't know if you guys seen it, the way you can do this, you place it and you can just twizzle it. I'm going to build pretty close to the central. And they build paths as they move around. So it'll just assign the builders. You click the building, you can assign them that way as well. It's a pretty casual one. And as they walk around, it will naturally create the paths anyway. And then we need a lumber camp. So I don't, this is has a bit of a noise thing. Debuff. So we're going to go pretty in there. Anyway, we can get it near the stone pit then. We can have it kind of like out here. And then we'll press play. And they should go off to build momentarily once they've got the stuff as well. Straight away then, our new building's available. We're just going to wait for them. Put 3 straight into the lumber camps they can assign. As always though, guys, do pop your tips in the comments as well. So it's been probably about a year since I played. If you haven't seen it, my first playthrough is on the channel. So do check that out. You can probably see how the game's changed as well. But it is a very, very chill one. And I'm quite excited to see what changes they've brought in, actually. Now, just bear with, it takes them a moment to actually kick in right at the beginning, but then they do. And they're going to run off. Looks like they're already going to create their first path here, look, and they're going up to the wood camp around the trees, which is pretty cool. So we'll have our first thingy there, look, just clearing the lands. And as always, you've got your resources up top, you've got your coins and stuff. Trade's really cool. The whole progression system in this is really, really cool as well. I don't want to play too quick, though. There we go, casually going off to carry the resources over as well. And the beauty of it is there is no rush in this game, like it is really chill. We'll get some food up as soon as it allows me. So the next building, I believe, is the berry hut and the forester. And then we'll show you the ability to paint, which is this. So you have to physically select the area that you want to be chopped down. And right now, I'm going to say, so I'm going to go all the way around here. And I'm going to actually free up this wood here, and I'm not going to place a replant zone until all this is cut down, and then I'll remove that bit after. But we're going to get stuck straight in. So there's the forester's camp, which makes sense to go right next to it. Not too close. Let's go there. And then this one will be to replant. I'll paint to plant over here, because this is going to build into more of a central housing area and stuff over here as well. And then there's the gathering hut. And now you get a lot more berries than you used to, which is pretty damn awesome. We need to decide where our first bit of storage is going to go as well. So I think to start, we'll just grab the berries that are right nearby. And we'll just twizzle that there on the natural path they've created as well. And the trees will disappear pretty quickly anyway, if you've played before. Let's get that forester up. We're just going to turn the sound effects down. It's a little bit loud. Let's go per zone building. There we fine. Let's get one forester in there. And then you have to paint the reforest areas. So, like I say, we're going to go to start. It's going to be this section inside our zone there to be reforested, which I'm okay with. Actually, I'm going to go a little bit further, and I've now realized we can go woodcutting probably out to there as well. Just try and match it. And then the berries will need the people in. I'm going to get 3 straight in there. That's our last lot of assigned villagers. And how this game works as well, if people are unassigned, they actually are unhappier as well. So it's pretty cool. But we're going to get resources coming in now. We should have a tick up of these. And at each one, you can see the input and output. Needs and happiness. Let's put this in. I'm not reading them because they pop up down here and what you need to do anyway. And they want me to paint a residential zone. And this is going to be the automatic little bit of housing that's going to occur. So we're going to start with this section here. And they should start to build the houses. It's very cute. Villager needs. Yep. I'm all about the needs. I promise you. We'll start with that. That should be enough. And then we can go in. So we've got Stonecutter's Camp and the well. So the well, the houses look way prettier than they used to. I like that it highlights where they're going to build them as well, which is really good. Okay, so we'll leave that space hopefully for a house. I don't know if it's big enough, but they look way cuter than before. Let's get the well right next to the berry hut for now in here. And we've got no stone, so we're going to need the Stonecutter's Camp for that anyway. So what I'll do is put this one in. Again, bad desirability. We'll stick it right here. And if you click on the building, click this one, you can prioritize it. There's this little icon right there. But houses aren't part of the build structure. But let's take a look. That is awesome. Look how cute the houses look, man. Highly satisfied with the changes to that. The first house, the graphics overhaul on this looks incredible. You never got these gardens before. Very, very pretty. All right, housing insufficient. So let's take a look at the needs here. We might need to paint a bigger area for the housing, which is no problem. It looks like they are building one there, though. But let's get a slightly bigger residential. And they're obviously going to cut down. So the plan is to basically... We got another house coming there. Once this bit's cut down, I can house in this section as well. So that should be fine. And there we go, Stonecutter's Camp coming in, working away in the forest there. That is a beautiful thing as well. I love it, man. It's really nice when you haven't played a game in a while. Hammering away. There we go, we fixed the housing problem. We just got to wait for the Stonecutter's Camp and then we can build this well, which is part of our quest currently. So it's good. You can turn the tutorial off, but it's always nice. I'd recommend just playing through it, how they say on there as well. It really does help. Going to need some kind of storage building. Hopefully we get those soon. But there isn't anything just yet. And actually, we're going to need to reassign from one to go into another. And I think, honestly, well, we need the market stalls, but we'll know more about how many we can do on this. I might take one off there. We're going to have to go into stone. And they do level up in their respective job as well. So the longer you keep them in jobs, if I remember correctly, the better they go. There you go. So if I just open up Gavit here, which I can rename, I'm going to rename them after membership owners and Patreon members, so I'll do that momentarily as well. But the woodcutter's level will level up here, and then you get all their needs, and it tells you what they're doing. Okay, let's get that one assigned to here, so we'll get our first miner in. I might actually take one off timber momentarily, which... Really, you got to be careful because you don't want to waste time with them leveling up. But it's fine. We need the stone. And here you go. If you just click directly on the population, you can go into here. So I'm going to go through and rename them. Bree, thank you very much for your support. You get to be our first villager. Andrew, welcome to the squad. Fix It Dave, thank you. Bobsky Bobby, thank you. Ryan Vessi, appreciate the support. Destructible, I've named you. Steve, thank you. Blood Angel, thank you. Martin, you get yourself embezzled in the village. And obviously we've only got 10 so far, so as I get more people in, I will remember to name them. AGF, thank you for your support as well. I'm just going to put AGF because it looks weird with the underscore. And that's everyone for now. That's all 10 named. So really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. Your continued support really does help me. So thank you for that, as always. All right, Stonecutters Camp is obviously in. We've got our first bit of stone here. I'm just going to play at 2x just to get this next bit in. Because every bit of stone, hopefully, will go into the well. So the wood's already in there. We just need 5 pieces of stone to get that one done. You can also name every single building, by the way, if you didn't know as well. And down in the bottom, it's worth noting, it goes in months, days, and weeks. The days are pretty short, but weeks are okay. So if you're going for a long play, just go for like, I don't know. To be fair, realistically, 100 months in this one isn't too bad. Knocking away on that stone. It's a beautiful sight. Thank you. Now, the guys from the builders' huts will be the one grabbing it. So you'll see they come back from here. And then they go and grab the stone and come to here. Once these trees are gone, they'll create a natural path to this anyway. But until then, to be fair, the smartest way we can kind of do it is... I think if you right click, it goes again. Yeah, you need to right click with the right one. So I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to remove this paint nodule from here for a second so they actually bother to cut down all this first. And they're not replanting on this bit. And that way we'll have a nice clear shot to increase our housing here. And the well is coming in. It's nice as well because it has dynamic building as always when they're building things. Look at them sat in the builder's hut lazy. And there it is. Beautiful. Let's have a quick look. That does take us into our next thing here though. Alright, multi-part building. Some buildings, such as the market, have multiple parts and can be customized that way. Each part has a cost and can have a specific effect. Check for details on the part description. No problem, I do remember. So, main thing is we're going to go with the food stall. And where do we want this market? I think this little section here by the well would be really nice. So, which way is the stall face? It's that way, isn't it? So, let's go there. And then we want a rustic market tent over the top because it looks nice. That's it for now. There you go. Worth noting that things do cost money as you build them as well, so making money is good. And you obviously it gave us a bit of cloth, which is good, but everything else should be fine. I don't want to paint over this until it's kind of done. I'm not sure if they build over the flowers, to be fair, but residential-wise, we do want it to go around here. It's going to go over those berries, but I think that's okay. Trying not to. Might save them. Obviously, if you hold left control, you can go in and out with this as well. So if you want to affect where you want your houses, for example, if you want to just tidy up each paint zone, you can do that. They're hammering away at the market. We'll have our first food distribution into the houses. And the food stall itself is done. We don't actually have any workers to give this. We need to sacrifice from one place. To be honest, I think I can go one less in the builder's hut for now. And we'll get our first marketplace in. Welcomheim is now a village. I have the new ruler title unlocked, Lord and Lady. Well, check me out. So I do vaguely remember the building of the parts anyway, so it's fine. Yeah, it looks cute. First little market stall there. You can change the tents and stuff eventually as well. So you can come in and just full edit. But we haven't got anything unlocked yet. So, okay, we need to assign the berries to the market stall. So let me just double check. Yep, you come into here and assign the resource. Cool. Okay, raise the happiness of your village to 75, which will encourage migration. Which actually is going to need a lot more houses, isn't it? For us to do that as well. So yeah, I just need all this chopping to happen, which is happening slowly. I'm just thinking, with the needs of berries, I don't know whether to bring the housing bit down this way as well. That could look pretty cool. Let's do it. Let's paint the residential to kind of come down here as well. Because we're going to need it at some point. And I don't care where the industry ones are. I'll bring it all the way along this path. I like the natural path they've made through there. And we're not actually killing any resources by coming this way. There we go. So we can work with that as a housing area. So a couple of houses coming in there. It's a cute village. The setting is gorgeous though, isn't it? Oh, wow, this is new. If you click that one, you have the whole village map from a higher scale. So our village is down here, look. Very nice. All right, we're going to whiz through as this happiness goes up. We're getting there anyway. We just need a bit better food, really. There we go. The berries are on the market, so we should be fine. We're on 73. Perfect. So it's been raised. We should start to get the migration. And what happens is they'll run across the map and say, please take us in. And then we'll have more workers. And here we go. Profiting from trade. A business-minded villager proposes creating a trade route with your closest neighbour, Northbury, to sell resources for profit and obtain items that cannot be produced locally. Northbury needs planks, so you should start with those. No problem. Oh, wow, I just skipped the unlocking buildings. That's all new, isn't it? I'll have to double check that. Okay, sawmill. Sawmill is a ugly, dirty production building as well. So we want to keep it mostly away from the houses. And let's go there. We'll get that one built. We have high migration now. You can see it in here. So incoming in 6 days. But we don't have... So employment rates increases the immigration rates, right? So we just need to wait for people to come in before I sign. There they are. Look, I can see a couple of people walking in. And they will also create natural paths in your settlement, by the way, as they come through. Over time, the whole map will have like the trails from where they come from. It's quite cool. And we've already got painted housing area over here as well, which should be out of the zones for happiness here. I'm going to open the progression tab here. So let's take a look. This is all completely different, which is really cool. So, okay. So tier 1 here, the common path, is to pay to unlock these. So storage we will need. And I think that's fishing. So we can get a variety of food there, which will also cost more. Okay. But I'll go through one at a time. We'll start with the granary now. So let's think. I'm going to go marketplace either side of that road. So we're going to need, I might just place it over here then. So we'll get our first kind of warehouse this way. And the little entrance points always shows on there as well. So what I'll do though is make sure the sawmill is the first one to be built. Then the granary. And then hopefully I can accept these. Boom, boom. There's 2 people. What I'm going to do is make sure we get that extra person assigned to the villagers. And with wood, I'm going to get 1 in there as well. Because if we don't, we're going to have a big problem. We're going to need all of that wood for the planks as they come in. And then we're going to need the warehouse also, which I will put... Oh, this is... I don't mind that being sideways on, actually. Maybe. We can move it afterwards anyway. Yeah, that's cool. Let's go there. Because they don't have a disruption to noise either. And that's pretty central for this area. So, you'll see these like nodules of thingies here. These are what you excavate for things like iron and gems and gold and stuff. And then there's these other nodes here that I'm hoping are smaller versions. I'm not too sure yet though. But we are very much going to be living off of the planks for a while. Now, with this, you do have to assign people to it as well, but we need the planks. So I just realized I assigned those people over. So Stone Camp, we're actually going to go down to 1. I'm going to eventually assign 1 to the sawmill. I'm hoping, let's see how many more we get in. 4 days, we should have some more. Going to need some houses to come in for that as well. Ah, 1 coming in here. Perfect. Okay, 1 in the carpenter, so that'll get our first lot of planks on the go. Carpenter's a lovely actual building, to be fair. And then in the progression tab, we're obviously going to need some of these. So wooden bridge, village fence, so controls movement around your land. So you can force paths, basically, with the village fence. Bridge is pretty self-explanatory. If we want to build on the other side, we're going to need the bridge. And the fisherman's hut. I'm going to buy that because we will need it. I'm just not going to put it in just yet until we have more people coming. So hopefully the warehouse, to be fair, the warehouse would have been nice, but we need to assign the planks to this one. And you actually need a worker for that anyway. So we're going to need to decide where we're going to bring that from. And I think, actually, we've got 2 in the gathering hut. I think we can get away with 1 for now. Because we're getting a bit of a surplus on those. So let's go ahead and remove 1 from the forager. And then when this is built, hopefully, let's get the warehouse first, guys. I know you're doing that one. Oh, they can't anyway until they got the planks. They get them trees cut down. Thank you. And you can see slowly but surely we're getting a nice mullet of all the trees through here as well. I'm going to come back in to this a second. The camp for this and reforestation area is going to have to kind of go here as well. So I'm okay with that. I don't mind it being around the buildings. I think it looks really nice. And the granary is done. I don't want to assign to them yet, but you need to assign specific resources. So for now, we'll have fish and berries in there. So you just need 2 people in the granary to do that. I think is how it used to work. We don't quite have them yet. We should have someone coming soon, though, which should be ideal. Yep, I see them coming. So we'll have workers to assign to these anyway. So by the time that's probably built, I can get that in. So let's get someone assigning to that. And for now, actually, we could just do berries. We're not fishing just yet. So I think there's fish right here and here, though. Oh, and here. We're pretty good. And I'll take all of these in. So that takes our population to 14. Lovely. How many more? We're just waiting for the planks in here. So try to keep an eye on the lumber as we're coming through, making sure they can produce enough. But we have been building a lot, so that's why the numbers went down a little bit. And Fisher's Hut is... Oh, we've got houses that are going to go there, look, and that there. So where would we put it? There's 2 fishing bits here. We would need... There's got a bit of a... Ah, yeah, there we go. So over here would be kind of our choice. The only downside, actually, we might need to wait for a second territory for the fishing. I'm going to cancel it for now. Okay, how are we doing? 9 in there. Plank's still slowly coming in. I might be able to get a quick second one in here. Yeah, let's do it. And then we got 1 unemployed at the moment. I'm trying to save that for this to assign planks to it, because they have to be assigned to the warehouse to be able to sell them. And here's 2 more people coming as well, so we can get multiple people assigned across where we need them. I'll say yes to them for now until we don't need anyone. So, okay, so I believe if you click into the resources, it should open up everything. This is how you can start to sell. So planks as an example, once we've got them stored, we would say purchases and sales. You can also track them on the top. So I'm going to put planks in there. Oh, it doesn't matter. Planks is one that's already there anyway, but yeah, you could do that. Stockpiling, if we click this one, will mean they stop using it for a moment, which is always quite good as well. But yeah, I'm not going to sell berries yet either. Each town requires different resources. Just need 2 more planks into there and we are good. There we go. And our plank shed is coming up as well. Warehouse for storage as well. And I'm going to paint over this momentarily. The trees are almost gone. I always just didn't want to waste the timber, but actually we can now change this and put all this over here. They'll eventually cut it down if needed. Let's go like this. You can chop away. There we go. Hopefully they'll clear those out momentarily as well. And warehouse is good. Let's assign planks in. We're actually going to need the other resources anyway. And let's put logs in. And tools for now. But there we go. Planks are in. So unlock a trade route for planks. Allow sale of planks. Here we go. Let's slow it down a second then. So you see this. You get all of the overview now. Village overview. Edicts and privileges. I'll get into these later on. Trade routes. Perfect. We need 20 planks to unlock the Northbury trade route. And we can buy these resources from them and we can sell these ones to them. So planks, stone, polished stone we don't have. So the only thing we're going to be able to sell to them momentarily is going to be the stone. Now, as you can see, each trade route requires specifics to get there. The second one maybe will be the clothing, but we're going to focus on making coin through planks. Now, depending on which route we go down, we are able to get certain things for taxes. And that will raise our income as well. But that is a little bit later on. Village is looking really nice here. So let's go ahead and paint this residential area a bit more now. So I'm going to leave a buffer zone like so. And just go like this. Boom. So we've got a nice amount of housing space, at least for what we've got coming in. So 2 unemployed. I need to get them assigned. Mainly going to be to these guys. Okay, 1 transporter is working, so it used to be that you almost needed more than 1 in here to get that going, but that's fine. So let's check in. We've got 1 miner. Now, How are we doing? Woodcutters, we've got 3. The only question I have, is there a way of having all buildings and who's assigned? I think I just do it through here, right? So unemployed, you can kind of assign them this way based on the jobs. The only other thing is go through. So do we grab the fisher hut? My problem is where they can fish from and the bad desirability. Although I can cope with it. You can kind of change the buffer here. But the problem is you need to have it perfect. So it needs to be like this. And like there, for example, would be perfect, but it's not very good for that house. I think if I fiddle it, let you see how it's not affecting it until I move it that way. There actually works. So I'm going to go ahead and build it. I think it's just enough to not cause bad desirability. Now, if it does, I will get rid, but we can buffer it with beautification when it comes. And you need this progress. So here you go. Prosperity is a measure of your village's success, impacted by multiple factors listed in the book. A high prosperity will help unlock new content in the common path and each estate progression page. So each thing, look, population is the only one progressing ours at the moment. And this is how you kind of get into this. So we need 10 prosperity to get to the next kind of tier. So population is probably going to be our only one. We should get to 4 once I've grabbed these 2. But we've got to be careful with our unemployed. So there we go. Now, good news is I can get 2 more in the foragers now, and they will stay there, and then we'll get the fish also. But we are going to need another marketplace for the fish, so it can only assign 1 at a time. And actually, what you want to do is go into this one, and then edit the same one, and do it through that. So I know I painted this one. I need to get my market stall in a position ready. So we're going to have the 2 food ones here, and I'm going to spend that. Boom. And then this one will actually be assigned once it comes up to fish. So I'm actually going to come into the housing one here. And I'm going to reduce the residential. Let's just get a buffer here. I think first small marketplace can fit in here. I think that's fair. House going in there. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm just looking at logs to planks. We've almost got the planks for the trade route, but I'm thinking about what else I want to assign to. I'm just saving for the fisher's hut here. There we go. We'll get our first fisherman in. And then inside this market store, I can just assign that with 1 market person, which will be our last unemployed there as well. And there we go. Let's assign the fish resource, and let's get a second one to that. So we have officially got our first bit of a settlement done. And the fish going out, look. They'll swim to the, or paddle out to the spot of the fish and grab those in as well. So that will increase the happiness 1 further, by the way, the extra food. And that is something we'll be able to sell. But guys, that's going to be where I end this first one out. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, please do hit the thumbs up. Drop your little tips in the comments. Hope you're enjoying this so far. Subscribe if you aren't already as well. It's a massive help. And if you want to be named after anything in-game, consider a membership on Patreon or on the channel. As always, have a great day. I'll catch you in the next one.